Hey guys, welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. This is Living in Denver, Colorado. Today we're going to cover things to consider if you're going to be moving from California to Colorado.
What's up, guys? We are the Mile High Property Brothers, Eli Schmidt and Will Grimes. And if it's your first time visiting our channel, definitely make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you get notified anytime we post a new video every Tuesday and Thursday. And guys, we are local real estate brokers, so if you have any questions, maybe you're moving to the area and you're curious what housing looks like or cost of living in a city that we haven't covered yet, definitely hit us up on that number below. Shoot us a text, give us a phone call. We're here for you.
Absolutely. As much as we love making these videos, we would love more to help you guys with your real estate needs. With that being said, for right now, we're going to get into and focus on some Californians for right now. So again, if you're considering moving in from California to Colorado, we're going to dive right into it. We do these literally in real time as we're out in the market and doing our thing, so as organic as possible. I'm saying that because I've got a breath mint in. I chewed corn nuts one time while we're on a podcast and I could smell his corn nut breath. I was living. Today I'm in here, I'm trying to slam a meal, and I literally, so rude, I eat raw tuna right in front of him, right as we're about to film.
Guess who doesn't say a word?
At all, but I recognized how rude that was, so forgive me if you guys hear this clanking and clacking on my teeth. I'm gonna do the best I can. It probably looks like I have some
Might
dip.
be able to smell it from where you're at.
Who knows? I'm trying to be as considerate as I can to this knucklehead. Forgive me.
Let's do
We're gonna get right into it.
Let's go.
Let's do it. All right, Californians to Colorado, let's roll.
All right, so like Will said, we do these videos in real time, guys, and what we're seeing right now and why we wanted to do this video is because we've been getting a lot of reach outs from people living in California, and since COVID and just, everything has happened since March, everyone's really kind of getting to see how their state is operating, and California, a lot of people don't really like the way they're handling it. So our first point today on one of the reasons you might be considering moving to Colorado from California is the overall COVID situation. And we get asked that a lot as far as Colorado. So as of now, and it's September 15th, 16th. Yeah, September 16th.
Payday.
September 16th.
Bone Thugs and Harmony. Should be playing not first of the month.
There we go. No, first and the 15th. There's another one called the first and the 15th.
I like it.
Anyway, so California right now, guys, salons are still closed down, restaurants are still closed down, bars are still closed down. There are a lot of people in California that simply cannot go back to work when most of the country has already. Colorado, in our opinion, has handled it pretty well.
And full disclosure, this is something unlike anything else that's ever happened. So there's gonna be some people that complain about Colorado, whatever it may be. Hey, cool. I'm not gonna say that they're not correct. This is just our personal opinion from our industry, how we're seeing restaurants and bars and salons handled, how they handled real estate, what was essential, what was not, how well they operated it. About as frictionless as possible. Understanding something like this, that there's just gonna be friction no matter what, and not everybody's gonna be happy. Coming from a police background, the public aren't gonna like certain things. Even us cops, we don't like certain things. However, handling something of this magnitude as frictionless as possible, I felt like Colorado did pretty well, especially comparatively to what we hear from everyone else that's commented on the channel, that's hit us up in private messages about how COVID is being handled. Some of the stuff on the East Coast, definitely California, it sounds like we're doing a better job and there's just a little bit more freedom. In addition to COVID, if you're watching this and we're already past COVID and everything is great, this is a great eye-opener as far as how your government handles their priorities, what they think their priorities are, and how well they respect the public or not, and your opinion or not. So this isn't just about COVID. This was an insight to how well they prioritize the public and just where their priorities are at. And you might be reconsidering. I know a lot are. So please keep it in mind. It's bigger than COVID. This was a great insight to how they handle a lot of just these circumstances.
It is exactly that, and that's such a good point because, like we've said in many of our other videos, Colorado is just such a melting pot between left and right and just moderates, and our state is handling a COVID situation exactly like that. So we do have a statewide mask mandate that was supposed to be 30 days. I knew it was going to be extended, and of course it was. But what that means is that our restaurants are open, our bars are open, our
gyms are open. California's huge on fitness, man.
You got to wear a mask.
Just your mental state, right? Being able to get in the gym and just sweat it out and wave to somebody, it's huge.
It is.
Definitely huge. So again, beyond COVID and trying not to get into and stuck in the weeds and just the politics behind COVID, we're not doctors, we're not politicians. But I do think this was a great insight. Kind of like when you have your first fight or your first argument, like big argument with a significant other, and you kind of see how they handle it.
Yeah.
This is a great opportunity for America, but then individual states, right, depending on where you live, to just see, hey, what are states really prioritizing? What's really important to the politicians in my state? And is that where I want to be? So something to consider during this time. We figured that was the first point to kind of throw at you guys. Point number 2, weather. So California, great weather depending on where you come from. I know Northern California is a little bit different, but overall you guys have some pretty consistent, awesome weather. Consider when you come to Colorado, even though they say we have more sunny days in Florida, definitely still have snow. And we have snow not just in the mountains like you guys get. We've got snow throughout the Denver metro area, out east as you get closer to Nebraska. It's something that you do have to consider versus like, hey, you live in Laguna Beach and you never have snow unless you want to drive to the snow. That's not the case. You do get snow everywhere here. However, cities and counties do a great job with cleaning that up. And something that you guys might have a lot of fun with is snow can be a lot of fun. There's definitely a lot of activity, outdoor active activity, snowboarding, skiing, sledding, a ton of fun stuff. Maybe you just want to go up and hit a lodge, during the winter and not ski or snowboard, but just enjoy some fire and some coffee or some whiskey, whatever you like. Definitely different because we have a ton of snow. However, the activity level and different options and variety you would have to do here, super fun.
And speaking to weather just a little bit more and referencing this because I have seen a few questions about it, we do get hail here. And, I would say during the summer, springtime, not summer necessarily, we are getting, I don't know, maybe 5 to 10 hailstorms, right? Anywhere. It's not all over the state, right? Sometimes it might be in Castle Rock, might be in Aurora, might be in Thornton one of the times. But really all that means, guys, is, during those few months in the springtime, if your house does get crushed with some hail, you're getting a new roof out of it and probably just have to pay your insurance.
You have insurance for that, maybe pay your deductible. A lot of companies, because they want that insurance money, they'll pay the deductible for you. So definitely consider that. As much as we do get that hail, you guys have plenty of options and recourses to handle that stuff. Shouldn't be a deterrent as far as you guys moving here. Another great thing, number 3, rolling right into it, job opportunities. So depending on what your career is, if you need a career change, definitely pay attention to Colorado and its strengths and what it's doing. If you don't want a career change, you'd like to stay in your industry or maybe move remote if your employer is here or not, but you want to stay in the same industry. Colorado, as much as we are marijuana friendly, awesome. We are also huge and probably one of the number 1 states growing outside of like California, like the San Francisco area, in the tech industry and aerospace industry. So if that's kind of your jam, definitely consider it. You definitely have a lot of strengths here. Before COVID, we had literally, what do you call those? Like Comic-Con, but for tech. TechCon. Literally tech companies were having conventions in downtown Denver literally every single weekend for recruiting and exposure, and a ton of cool stuff that's coming out. Colorado's still very active, so if you're into the fitness, if you're a boot camp trainer or a personal trainer, or you want to manage something like that, obviously in gyms are going to be a little bit different right now because of COVID, but a lot of opportunity there as well.
And speaking to jobs, just a little bit more, what you were seeing even prior to COVID was a lot of people were in California, a lot of businesses were in California, and just because of income tax, cost of living, property tax, especially for commercial industries, they were already starting to kind of come to Colorado anyway. So you had a lot of people moving here. Now here's a COVID silver lining. A lot of you guys were at a job in California, and now you guys are 100% work from home, and companies are starting to realize, hey, people are just as, if not more productive working from home. Right. So that means you can be mobile now. So what we're seeing is a lot of people who can keep their California income, their Colorado job, are relocating to Colorado because the cost of living is so much better.
Their California job.
Yes, California job. They're moving to Colorado, and they're able to keep their California job and their California income, but live here with our lower cost of living. So that's
Correct.
a great point right there.
Something you can enjoy. And another thing in regards to living is we're definitely a progressive state. We're not a super far right state or anything like that, but just progressive, as in, if you're looking at it across the board, I'm going to make some blanket statements here again, not a politician. We're not super far left.
Not a politician? You look like a politician.
Yeah, definitely look like a politician. We're definitely not super far left. We're not super far right. We've got a ton in the middle. And it's not that people don't have those left beliefs or right beliefs. I think we've just got a great mix here to where even when people differ in opinion, because we're so used to being so diverse in Colorado politically and racially, culturally, people have their views, but not so bad to the point where like you have a ton of disturbance or conflict or friction from that. In addition to that, with the COVID things, like there's some protection out here and they're doing their best, but it's not so far where they're just not letting us open or they were open the entire time. Like there's a great blend, very progressive, a lot of friendly people still in Colorado. So as far as just the atmospherics and the freedom to be who you are and the comfort of being who you are and it being accepted, super high.
Okay, our next point, and this is a hot topic in California, that's traffic. What is our traffic like in Colorado? If you're a local...
California traffic is shit. It smells like my breath. California traffic is like tuna
put
breath.
another one in too.
We'll put another one of these in here just to protect myself.
If you're living in California and you're moving to Colorado, you're thinking about it, you're probably one of the very few people in the state who will complain about our traffic. A lot of locals love to complain about Colorado traffic, and maybe it's because they've lived here 30 years.
Because they don't know real bad traffic. Elon's being way too nice. I lived in California for a long time when I was stationed in the Marine Corps. I-5, 405. Listen, people in Colorado complaining about traffic have never actually had bad traffic.
True. Very true.
Period.
Yeah. And, we'll have I-25 as kind of our main highway, north and south. And then you have 470, which is our main highway, east and west. And guys, in the morning.
I-70.
Yeah, I-70, which is up north, going east and west. If you guys are hitting that
Highway 36.
Yeah, if you're hitting the real hot spots.
Spear Boulevard.
Jesus Christ.
Leedsdale. What I'm getting at is great benefit, not to cut you off, great benefit to Colorado.
I need to say not to cut me off, but they cut me off.
Even if you have somewhere to go, you have like 1,000 different ways to get downtown or vice versa, versus a lot of times in California, you can't get anywhere without hopping on the highway and you're just stuck. Colorado, a spider web, a ton of different accesses to just get to different areas.
So
I digress.
Before I was interrupted, as I was saying, you're not going to experience just a solid traffic all day long, guys. If you're hitting those hot spots between like 7:30 and 9:30 in the morning, and then like 4 to maybe 6:30 at night, those are really the hot spots for rush hour. Outside of that, guys, it's moderate. It's fine. If you're from California, you're not going to mind our traffic at all.
No. If you're from Colorado watching this and you're still mad, stop it. Stop it. Next up, we've kind of touched on it a little bit because I was kind of forecasting with some of my elaboration, active lifestyle. So whether it's winter or not, there's a lot of stuff to do in the winter outside, indoors, outdoors, spring and summer, fall, phenomenal. The hikes you guys can have out here. Colorado still super, super, super active, which is probably what you're used to in California, so don't feel like you have to sacrifice that or be creative in finding ways to be active in Colorado. If you're coming from California, you are more than okay. This is one of the things that definitely a little bit different landscape, but it literally translates straight across the board.
Yeah, from running to hiking to snowboarding and skiing to snowshoeing to paddleboarding, camping,
CrossFit.
Everything. Yeah, CrossFit.
New CrossFit headquarters, I think, is moving to Colorado, and the new owner of CrossFit resides in Boulder. Big deal. So the headquarters, maybe I'm assuming it, maybe I'm wrong. I'm guessing a lot of things could be in Colorado. I'm guessing a lot of stuff is going to be here and drive in Colorado because of that. You obviously still have traditional gyms, mom and pop gyms, gym chains. If you want to
get guns like that, yeah.
All good.
Healthy food too, guys. There's a ton of healthy restaurants out here. I know that's huge in California. You've got a lot of the ready-made meal prep companies that are here. There's, just healthy food. A lot of vegetarian or vegan restaurants, if you're into that sort of thing. A lot of those all over the state. So really, if you're coming out here and you're active, you're healthy, and that's a big focus to you guys, you are going to meet all your needs here in Colorado.
Last but not least, most important to me, depending on where you're coming from California, could be different, could be similar. I'd like to think that it's different here based off of my experience in California. Family, situation, and school. So just the the different type of suburban areas we have out here, or if you even want to live closer into the Denver area, the Cherry Creek North, the Cherry Hills is phenomenal areas for you to raise a family where it's not too busy, not too hectic, but definitely phenomenal areas. And in addition to the parks and the safety that we have out here, the school systems, Douglas County Schools, Cherry Creek School District, phenomenal school districts that are nationally ranked as far as their education system. So if you're a family now, or if you're looking at having a family down the road, definitely one of the best states. Again, outdoor stuff you can do, but where you raise your family, the type of education that they get, we are also super progressive in that point. So if that's important to you, or if it's going to be important to you at some point, you want to have a family, super look at Colorado.
And again, speaking to families, sports. Kids sports out here, it not only just in schools and high schools, but the private programs that they have for soccer and baseball and just all those, man, hockey's huge out here for kids. Parents go super hard with kids sports, so there is no lack of kids sports and private clubs for them to go excel in.
Correct. Don't come here and be a Charger fan though. If you're here and you embrace it, and you're gonna be on our mountains and drinking our Rocky Mountain water,
which is great, by the way.
You're a Denver Bronco fan.
Yeah, you can do tap water.
Get ready. When you get here, let's have a chat. We'll get you some Bronco jerseys, but buckle up, be ready. Chargers aren't even playing that well anyway, so don't make me feel like you're giving something up super huge. Raider fans, you lost them. They're in Vegas. I need you guys to just be progressive yourself and embrace Bronco country. We look forward to seeing you guys.
That's fair.
That being said, that's all we got as far as things to consider if you're coming from California, Colorado. All jokes aside, if you guys have any questions or something that we can help you with, again, we are licensed brokers. As much as we love making these videos and talking trash to you guys, we would love more than to help you with your real estate needs and hang whatever football team you like on your front porch. HOA willing.
Fair enough. HOA willing. That's good. All right, we'll see you next time, guys. Take care.
See you guys.